Hi, my name is Nelly Cheboy. I'm the founder of TechLit Africa. I've been trying to articulate my vision for TechLit Africa, and I think I found a perfect example today. I was reading an article about the illiteracy rate in Mali. Mali is in West Africa. I'm from Kenya, East Africa. And the illiteracy rate in Mali is 70%. So 70% of the population cannot read or write. That's insane. If you're a problem solver like me, you're probably thinking, "Oh man, we gotta fix that." Like that's such an easy problem to fix, right? I am just gonna rally people up and build schools in Mali, right? Maybe you may stop to think for a second and be like, wait. Okay, why is it so bad, right? Of course, this needs to be fixed, but why is it that low, right? And maybe we don't know that, right? Maybe it's that the schools are actually there, but the buildings no, but the buildings are empty. No one is attending schools. It could be that school is a luxury when you have to worry about food or shelter. Or it could be that the teachers are not being paid so well, so they're not incentivized to teach. Or it could be that there's no buildings to begin with. It could be a lot of reasons, right? But if you as an outsider, if you try to think about it, the problem would seem obvious to you, and the solution would seem obvious to you, that you won't try to think about, like, well, how what is a sustainable solution to this, right? But a Malian, of course, they know that this is bad, right? They know that, oh wow, we cannot read, we need to know how to read so we can consume all this content, and they probably are in a better place to fix it than we do. And and one Malian did that. So of course, he knew that, well, this is bad. And also, he noticed that the digital revolution, that there's this, people have mobile phones, but their content is all text based, right? Websites are text based, WhatsApp chatting is text based. Even like websites about like important things like like civic rights, go vote, or health, like all this. Wikipedia is text based, and if 70% of the population cannot read, then all these websites are useless. So there is all this information, but they're not consuming it because they cannot read. And for the most part too is that maybe all this content is in French. So the way it is, there's the official language. So in Mali it will be French, in Kenya it will be English, and there's the native language, the tribal language. So in Kenya, there's 42 different tribal languages, and so you at home you speak your tribal language, you speak your native tongue. In any social setting, you mostly speak your native language. But then when you go to the offices and when you go to schools, you're actually learning in the official language, right? So if the people cannot read, they can only not uh, read, but they probably cannot even understand the official language, because that is only offered in schools and official settings. But in social setting, they're speaking their native language. So this guy noticed, first of all, that all this is text based, therefore alienating 70% of the population. And on top of that, most of them the content is mostly in French because that's the official language. And so he not only voiced out, so built an app that voiced out the text-based content, but also translated that information to the native language, the respective native language. So the content is not only consumable because they can listen to it, but it's also in a language that they understand, that they're comfortable in. So now 70% of the people who were not like, were being left out in all this, like, mail of like all this information, now have access to it, right? And that, like, there's no way as outsiders who would have thought of that, right? And the point here is that nobody understands their problems more than the ones who have it. And nobody wants a way out of poverty than themselves. So at TechLit Africa, we're trying to enable that in them. We're trying to provide the resources. And for now, we feel like all these computers that are going to waste that are being thrown away every year, that if we bring that resource there and they can use this information, then we are making a self-reliant Africa. We're not trying to go there and be like, hey, you have that problem, we're going to fix it for you. You have this problem, we're going to fix it for you. But we're going to be like, hey, there's this new tool that you can also use towards solving your own problems. And this example about the literacy rate and translating the content into the native language is just a perfect example of like what I'm envisioning.